Hi, welcome you guys to Thursday Night Hangout. I'm Tina Carini. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Byron, Georgia. So I'm so happy to be here and I'm thankful that you guys are hanging out with me tonight. And we've got a lot to do. We're going to be using the Seaside Wishes bundle. I can't wait to share it with you guys. It will be available May 1st, which is is it less than a week away? Pretty close. So anyways, if you're watching the replay on Facebook or on YouTube, thank you so much. And please give me a thumbs up, comment. And if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, I hope that you do so. And don't forget to click that little bell icon because then you get notified every time I post a new video. So thanks so much again, you guys. And that's going to be it for right now. No, I'm just kidding. So I hope that you guys have been having a good week. We're just going to give a little time for some folks to jump on here. And let's see, I don't really know what to say, except for today was an extremely busy day at work for me. It seems like the last 45 minutes, we just got slammed. But it was good because it made that time go by really fast. But yeah, and then I had to come home, cook dinner, get ready for live, just all that kind of good stuff. So I hope that you guys are having a fantastic week. And tomorrow is Friday. Yay! And so don't think I have much plans for this weekend. Next weekend is my in-person class. So if you have not RSVP'd, I hope that you do so. Do so pretty quickly so that I start preparing and cutting cardstocks for the class about 2 days before class. So next Thursday. And let's see, what else? Oh, you guys, my mind just went boop, gone. I don't know what's going on with me. Too much, I guess, too much on the brain. So the new catalog goes live. I finally got mine yesterday, and I've been so busy that I have not even opened it. I ordered some, so I was able to look at them that way. But we're going to go ahead and open this. So when I do pan the camera down, if you have not gotten yours already, you can at least see the cover. I'm not allowed to open it until May 1st, but I am allowed to show you product and demonstrate some of it. So anyway, that's what we're going to do tonight with Seaside Wishes. And let's see, not too much more, I don't think. Oh yes, coming May 1st is going to be a new Joining Stampin' Up! Special. It is fantastic. I'm going to get more of the details for it. I'm going to be putting it in my newsletter. So if you're not subscribed to get my newsletters and emails, there is a link in the description. I'm pretty sure I have it there. If it's not, I'll put it there after the video for you to sign up to get my emails and newsletters. I send a tutorial once a month in there free for you guys. And I just send all kinds of updates, classes, anything that's going on with Stampin' Up! Sales, clearance rack refresh, all that kind of good stuff. So, hey, Kim, you made it. Yay. Oh, Mom's with you. Hi. So, anyway, I'm going to go ahead and flip down the camera. And we're going to get started here. So, this is the catalog, Kim. And did you guys get yours yet? So I can't open it until May 1st, but it's beautiful, you guys. It's absolutely beautiful. And I will be with Stampin' Up! For 10 years come July. And this is absolutely my favorite. They've changed the whole layout of the catalog to where it makes it a whole lot easier for you to put things together, especially if you're a beginner stamper and you're not quite sure what goes with what. And so they've grouped everything. So it is awesome. I love it. And then I realized that in the back, when I'm like, well, I just want to find out where the papers are or where the punches are or where any specific thing is, in the back is what page. So you can just go through there and look and you can find out what page those things are on. So hopefully that just made some sense. And so let's go ahead and bring this in. This is, oh good, you guys got them, yay. So this is the Seaside Wishes bundle. You get the stamp set, you get the embossing folder, which is a 3D folder, so that it's really pretty. And you get these dies. Let me show you. These are the dies. So this is what you can use inside your embossing folder, and you can emboss and cut at the same time. Then we have these cool little dies here. I'm not quite sure what these are. Some kind of maybe sea urchin or something. I'm not sure, but they're very, very pretty. Then we have a large starfish and a small starfish, and then a large, medium, and small seagrass. So it is so cool, and I can't wait to show you guys how this thing works. So we're going to put those aside because I know we're going to use this tonight, and I know we're going to use our large. I've already cut these out, but I'm going to pull those out. We're going to use those too, or at least one of them. And then our embossing folder, and let me put my glasses on, my eyes as I like to call them. This is the embossing folder. So I don't know if you guys can see that. So it is really, it embosses so beautiful. I'm going to show you, excuse me, one that I embossed, and this is using one of our new colors. It's not a new in color, it's a new core color. It is replacing Very Vanilla, and I am absolutely in love with this. This is called Basic Beige. It also has an ink pad that you can get with it. There's also some ribbon that matches it as well. I did not get the ribbon yet, but anyway, so it is really, really pretty. I don't think we're going to be using, no, I am. For a card base, I'm going to be using Basic Beige in one of the cards. But isn't this beautiful? So you have, these could be either stones, bubbles, sand, whatever you want to turn it into. So it is so cool. And then this, we'll cut these out just like that. And I'm going to show you an easy way to stamp and cut. So this was not stamped, so you can do it any way that you want to. You can just emboss it and leave it like this. You can cut it out and then take a sponge or your blending tool, and I don't know what color is what color. Let me bring this in here. So we'll use this. You can use your Basic Beige on Basic Beige. So, and you can just take your little blender brush, or you can take a sponge dauber if you'd like. A sponge dauber would get down into the creases, or not creases, but the embossed part that's down low, or you can get into that a little better. The brush does too if you just dab it, and then you can blend it around. So then that gives you that look there. So I've already done some like that. So these I didn't dab, these I just brushed on there. So you can't really see it on the camera, but there's just a little bit extra color to them. And then I decided, you know what? I'd really like to do white, because when I think of a sand dollar, I think of white. And I know that that's where they've already been cleaned and bleached and all of that, but so they're not quite out of, straight out of the water off the beach. But these I did in white. I stamped these. So this is the stamped look. This I stamped in crumb cake. I don't know if you'll be able to tell the difference in the color. Yeah. And this is Basic Beige. So Basic Beige has a hint of a green tint to it. And then your crumb cake is more of a brown. But isn't that beautiful? So these are stamped. And then I ran them through the embossing folder, and then I cut them. And I'm going to show you how I did that so that it makes it a lot easier for you. So in here, I don't have my samples, but we've got, I'm pretty sure I put, oh no, don't tell me I've already lost a piece. I did. No, I didn't. Right here. This is what I planned on using. I wanted to show you how I did it. So what I did was I took the, got to keep everything straight here. There's so much to share with you guys. All right, there they are. That I'm trying to keep everything straight in my head. So this is my template. So this piece here, I don't even know what I cut this down to. I know I cut it larger than what it needed to be, but this is 4 1/4, and I bet this is 5 1/2. Nope, this is 5 1/4 and a 16th. Okay, so that makes that big enough for this, hopefully, to fit right on here. Just, it barely fits, just like so. All right, so what I'm going to do is we're going to move this stuff out of the way, and I'm going to show you what to do to make a template, because for me, that makes it a whole lot easier. Oh, she's heavy. Okay. Of course, I've been lifting and throwing freight all day too, so my muscles are a little tired. All right, so we're going to put this on here if you want to, so that you make sure that it doesn't slip. I wonder why. I cut this bigger than my original template that I used, and this is not, because see, this is my original one, and it fit on there perfectly, and this one's a little bigger, and I don't know why, because I'm live, that's why. I'm live, and I'm a little nervous. I always get nervous when I go live. This is not, and it is bigger than this one. Why isn't this going to work for me? We're going to, oh, no. It should go, it should go like this. There we go. All right, so it should fit on here. I just got to figure out how I did it. That's all. There we go. Just like so. And because it is such a tight fit, I am going to put a piece of Post-it tape on there to, oh, I just hit my mic again, to hold it in place. And then I'm just going to run this through. I've finally got new embossing plates, you guys. Now I'm like, I'm scarring it up. You know what it's like when you get new plates and then you mess them up. But that's what they're for. So now you can save these if you want to. And I have a really cool idea that I'm going to come later, you know, with an idea with this one, because I looked at that last night and I said, oh my gosh, that just might work. So if I can get it to work, you guys are going to have a nice surprise with that one. So that's how I made my template. Now I know that when I stamp in here and I can line up my die on there, it's going to cut perfectly every time. And then you can also, when you run it through your embossing folder as well, it's gonna work perfectly. Unless you're like me, so I'm a little nervous about running my dies through the embossing folder, because the first time I did it, I wasn't paying much attention. I thought I had everything lined up right, and it slipped on me. And let me show you what it did. Thank goodness. I don't know if you could see it or not. You might not be able to see it. Let me see if I hold this up. It cut down here, cut down there and over here, but it's just like a very faint little scratch. So it didn't mess up my embossing folder. Thank goodness. You can't see it when you emboss. All right, so I'm going to bring this in. So because of that, now I'm nervous. I've already got these sand dollars inked up. This is the stamp set, so we're going to use the big one and the small one. It doesn't have a medium-sized one, but I'm going to show you what I do to get a medium-sized one if I needed to use one or wanted to use one. You don't have to. It's just what I did. But then it comes with these beautiful little sentiments. You absolutely made my day. Sometimes the simplest things mean the most. Your friendship is the best gift and love you. And then it's got like, I don't know what these are called. They could be like rocks or sea glass or, yeah, that's what I would think that they were. Maybe even coral pieces, coral rock. Then your large and your small, or your large and your small starfish. And then it's got this little speckled thing here, which could be sand, or just splatters or bubbles. So anything, whatever you want it to be. All right, so I am going to use, I'm going to go ahead and use the basic beige. Oh, I got one of these Post-it notes stuck to my arm, and I'm going to ink this up. And then all you do is line it up, and they're pretty easy to line up, especially when you play with it for a little while. You know where the little curves are and such like that. So hopefully that just made sense. Such like that. Wow. Okay. So I am looking at this at an angle. So I am hoping that I am getting this right where I want it to go. I'm not looking directly on top of it. And then I moved it. So you can put a, I don't even think I stamped that in the right place, honestly. I don't think I did. No, I didn't. And I didn't put a cardstock underneath there. I'm getting way ahead of myself. So I am so glad. This is for the stamp. So this piece here, I cut down. What did I cut? It should be the same size. We'll see. So it's pretty much the same size. Yep. And you know what? Just so that I don't do that again, I am going to stick a Post-it note here and here, just like so. There. Now it won't slip on me. And I'm going to ink this back up again. And let me see. I might have to stick my head in here just so I can see. So you guys don't think that I fibbed you and told you that this really wasn't hard to line up, because it really isn't. Okay, I think this is right, just like this. All right, so I'm going to line that up the best that I can. I think I'm good. I promise you it really isn't this hard. All right, and there we go. I'm off just a teeny bit, but it's okay. I am looking at it in an angle. And then this one's super easy because of this little flat part right here. So then that just goes down in there like that. And then to do this one, I just take the big one again and just ink it up really good. And then it doesn't even have to be lined up because you're just going to stamp it down in there. Just like that. I'm using my piercing mat because these are photopolymer. And I noticed that playing with them when I didn't use this, the center didn't stamp as well as I'd want it to, because it is lighter, but the little details of the, what I call the flower part of the sand dollar is, it didn't really stamp well at all. Okay, so that is how you make and use your template. And then what we're going to do, all right, so you want to use the side that the Stampin' Up! Symbol is on, and then you just slip this in here and you can feel it. It doesn't lock in place, but you can feel it when it's in there. It doesn't really slip around. And then what you do is you just figure out where you want this. See, this is where I messed up. I got to figure this out because you can't see this way. So I am going to hold this in place. Actually, it's really hard to do when you stamp your image. That much I can tell you. When you get yours and you play around with it and you find an easy way, please let me know, because this is the part that makes me nervous, because this is what slipped on me. So you can do it like that. Wait, like that, and hold it in place and then slide your paper through here, but you have to like lift it a little bit, and sliding that paper in there, it slid right out of place. And I am so nervous to cut my thing again. But anyway, so that's how you do it. It's not quite lined up because see, I've got to let go of it, and it makes me nervous as all get up. Because you know, when you get a new toy, you don't want to break it. And I can't just buy the embossing folder. I have to buy the whole thing. So you get it lined up in there the best that you can, and then you run it through. But I don't do it that way. This is the way that I feel most comfortable with once I get it like this. And I'll also tell you another reason why is because I found that when I do emboss and cut at the same time, I lose a little bit of the embossed look, and I don't really want that. I mean, it still looks really pretty, but now watch me not be able to line this up because I probably didn't get it right. And I can tell you that it is hard. I shouldn't say hard. Hard is the wrong word. But this is not going to line up. I'm going to tell you that right now because the stamp was a different size. But anyway, normally this would work right, but because I'm live, it's not going to at all. But isn't that the way things go? Because these little notches should go in the little white places. It's not going to, and I'm not going to fight with it because you're going to get the idea. And when you play with it, you're going to find what works best for you. I'm not going to tape that down. I probably should so that it doesn't slip around. But when you find sand dollars in nature, they're not perfect anyway, right? So this just adds a little bit more character to it. But I promise you, it does all line up when you figure out where to stamp it and all of that stuff. If you make your template like I did and you work with it, it's going to get easier and easier, and it's so much fun. All right, so I need to remove these because we're going to emboss. Now, this is the part this is the hardest part for me, but I prefer to do it this way because, like I said, I'm going to move this out of the way just for a second because I just don't want to cut my thing anymore. So I feel most comfortable with this way. So this is going to go, I got to think. Okay, so this side here is the raised part. So you want your decoration or your stamp part of it, your stamp part to be facing up towards your labeled side. So hopefully I'm doing this right because, I've only worked with this last night. So, well, no, that's not true because I did make a card with it, but it was super, super easy. So let me show you. So when this comes down, see how that is perfectly in there? So if you wanted to, you could run it through each time. But let me show you what I did so that I didn't have to do that. I love, love, love my Post-it notes because I can really, I'm having a hard time seeing too. That's also an issue tonight. Goes like that. So this one I'm not too worried about again because it, like I said, it's the one, it didn't have a stamp that was that size. So this one is the easy one because that one's got the flat side. So you just bring that down like that. And then I'm going to make sure that they line up on the front side. This one could come down just a little bit more. And I'm pretty happy with the way that looks. So now I'm going to bring back in our thing. I've taken off, what do they call this? The cutting plate thing. I never can remember the names of these. So you have your clear cutting plate 3, your other clear cutting plate 3. Then you have your number 2 with this. And you don't need those, okay? So what you're going to do is you're just going to use your platform. You're going to put your embossing folder in there with the hinge side going through first. Then you're going to use this gray one, which is 4, plate number 4, and then you're going to run this through. It's so easy for me just to do it, but to explain it sometimes... And then this is how I get them. So look how pretty they are. And they're all nicely embossed. So I'll show you the ones that I did run through at the same time. And they lost a little bit of texture, I think, if I still have them. Let's see, which ones was it? Wasn't these. It was the ones that well, here they are. Nope, that's not it either. Is this one it? This one might be. So see how it's lost? It's still embossed, but to me, it's just not as embossed as those are. So those like really, really pop. So if you can see. So these are so pretty. All right, so that's how you do that. Hopefully I didn't confuse you and it made sense. Oh, we still need this and we still need this, because now what we're gonna do is we're gonna run this piece here, which this piece is 4 by 5 1/4, and we're gonna run this through here. So you just sit it about where you want it to go. I want to make sure that I catch those bubbles at the bottom. It also has this line on here to where you can kind of sort of see if you're straight. Kind of sort of see if you're straight. Yep, that's how I roll. Kind of sort of straight. All right, and then I think I'm happy with that. So I am gonna just run this through, and then it's gonna be beautifully. Oh, wait. No, I forgot. Here, let me show you. So with this one, ouch, we started embossing it. That's all right. I can get another piece if we need to. Okay, so I've got a green one, and then I've got I want to do this. So this one, you are going to, oh shoot, I don't remember what side. Okay, so it's the opposite side, I believe. No, it's this side. I gotta make sure. Yeah, it's this side. We'll find out. So I've got, this is the basic beige. I'm just going on memory here. Once you do this quite a bit, then it just gets easier and easier and easier. And I probably should have ran through it when I got home today to make sure that I remembered it correctly, because part of me wants to say that it's this side that you put it on and not this side. So you know what I'm going to do? We're going to leave that there, and I'm going to come over here. Is it? I can't remember. We run it through, right? We ran it through, and this side is the decoration side that comes up, but this side, we're going to go with it. It might be the other side. Something is telling me it's the other side, but I'm going to go with it. We'll see, right? Trial and error. And then I'm taking Pool Party. This is where I want this. And I'm gonna oh, my English, sometimes I tell you. I don't think that's right. I'm gonna see, what's this side do? I can't tell. Which side is flat? No, it's gotta be this side. Okay. So we're gonna do this. And I'm just taking this Pool Party, and I'm just dabbing it all on these little bubbles, or sand, or sea glass, whatever you want to call that. Because when you get yours, you're going to design your cards unless you want a case. That is perfectly fine by me. And we are almost done here, and I am keeping my fingers crossed that this is right. Because normally you want to do it on the side that's the label. That's the side that everything is. But I think this one, if I remember correctly, it is, it's a little different. So I want to make sure that these are going to really come out good. All right. So now what I'm going to do, this is going to be, to me, what I do, because it's the same thing if you take your Stampin' Right markers and you color a stamp. I just go, just do a little huffing on it, just to make sure that now, which side does this go on? Oh my gosh, I'm so nervous. I don't want to mess this up. I think it goes like that. Wait, this is the embossed side. No. I want this to flip over because I don't want it to be on my writing. Because I cheated and I wrote oh, I hope I did this right. The measurements on it. I cheated so that I could give you guys the right measurements. Okay, so now we're going to bring in our plate. The hinge is going to go in first. Fingers crossed. If it doesn't work, then it's the other side, and I have one already done. So we'll see. Okay. Please. No, it did not. All right. So the wrong side is what did the coloring on here. So you want to do it on this side. So I knew something was telling me you're wrong. But I didn't want to I didn't really want to doubt myself, but I should have. So I'm going to cut another one because we're going to do this the right way. Yes, I have one that's already done, but I really wanted to walk through all the steps with you guys on here. So we're going to cut this down. And if my memory strikes me right, it's 5 1/4 by 4. So we're going to cut this at 5 1/4. And then we're going to do 4. And we're going to do this again. Sorry, guys. All right. So we're going to do it on the right side. So I'm going to take my pool party again. And I'm going really hard on that because this is the older style pad. I have not replaced this one yet. So I have to really rub that down in there. When this turns out, you guys are going to see how pretty this really is. So it's worth me doing this. And now, you know what? I won't forget what side is the right side to do this on. And neither will you. Right? All right. Am I still alive, you guys? I think I am. Okay. And I'm not seeing comments, so if you guys are still there, let me know. All right, here we go. Let's get this all on here. I think we're good. I think I've got all the bubbles. And then we're going to come in with our basic beige. I really want this to show up, so I'm going to really put some ink down in here. Oh, I tell you, I don't know what it is about lives, you guys, but they are hard. They're not easy. Doing a recording is much easier. It's not easy either, but it's much easier than lives. But I love being live with you guys. It's just so much fun. Okay, there we go. So I'm going to give it a little huff, which may or may not be necessary, but I am. All right, and now I'm going to lay my card in, and I don't have to worry about which side because there's no writing. But I am going to line this up with this line here. Actually, I'm going to go a little lower than that line because I really want those bubbles from the bottom. Smooth this out of the way. Hinge in first. And okay, here it is. Just like that. Do you guys have that issue when you're crafting? Do you misplace something that you just had? You do it all the time. All right, here we go. Let's go ahead and move her out of the way. And we'll move this out of the way. And are you ready for the reveal? There we go. Perfect. Okay, so let me hold that up for you. So there it is. So now you know that the embossing, or when you do the coloring, is on the side that this is on. So that's what it is. That's what confused me, is I have to make sure that if I'm cutting out stamped image of sand dollars, I have to face them up towards this. But when we're coloring, we do it on the logo side of the embossing folder. All right, so I am going to move that aside, and then we have this. So let me hold this back up for you guys again. So can you see that, what that does when you color in the folder? It's so pretty. All right, now what I'm going to do is I want to put a little speckles in here. So I'm going to bring in is this the one that I'm using? Yeah, this is the one that I'm using the crumb cake with. So I'm going to use crumb cake. We're going to bring in this again. I'm going to use crumb cake ink on this one. I'm going to move these out of the way because I don't need them right now. And this one I don't need. So that I don't need, but I do need my little sand or speckled thing. I'm going to stamp off, and then I'm going to just stamp around, not quite on the bubbles. Oh, forgot to stamp that one off, but sometimes it will get on the bubbles, and I am okay with that. And if you do get one that's darker, you forget to stamp it off, that is fine, as I just did it again. So, and then I'm going to bring just a little bit in here that I'm not stamping off, just to bring a little bit more of that crumb cake in there. And I think I'm good with that. So there we go. So now I've got even more color and texture in there. So when you see all this together, I'm going to put a little bit right in here. And I'm even okay if it gets on my sand dollar. I'm going to bring a little bit in there. And let's do some right in here too. All right, so I'm good with that. So that looks really pretty to me. Oh, good. I'm so glad you liked that. It took me a minute to figure it out, but I don't want to lose my template because this is gold to me. I'm going to put that right here. Okay, so then I have my layering piece, which is Pool Party. It's 4 1/4 by 5 3/8. We're going to layer this on here because I don't think I'm going to do any ribbon on this one. What am I going to do on this one? I'm going to bring one of these stamped images that I've already done. They showed you guys how to do it. That's going to come down here. Then I ran these through already on Calypso Coral cardstock. So aren't those beautiful? They're so delicate looking. Does anybody know what these are called? Because I don't know. I'm going to stick this kind of down here. Now this one, we're going to bring in this piece here. I've already stamped it, but I wasn't sure. I'm going to show you in a minute. So we weren't quite done with the is this crumb cake? Yeah. With the girl. With the Stampin' Cut and Boss machine. We're not quite done. I have a lemon lolly one, and I took the speckle, the sand thing, and dotted that around that just to give that a little bit more of interest and like it has more texture on it. But let's cut, because I'm not sure if I like the yellow. So we're gonna see. So we need our cutting plate. So we need number 2. And we need number 3, and our paper, and our starfish. This is really super easy because this has a little hook right here, and this one has a little hook. So that lines up really easy, just like so. I'm pretty sure. So you can just like slide it and move it to where you want it to be. Just like that. I'm pretty happy with it. Of course, I'm looking at it at an angle. I'm putting that down there to hold it in place because that will slip and slide on you. And then we're gonna run that through. And my goodness, we have already been so long on here. I may not get to the other card. And then there we go. So isn't that cool? I love this set so much. And I am going to master this. All right, so we can do, let me bring in, we have our card base here. This is crumb cake. It is 8.5 by 5.5, folded in half at 4 1/4. And then this is going to layer on top of here. Did I give you the measurements to this? This one is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. I believe I did. And that's going to go, it's just a little tiny bit peeking out of each layer. So it's going to be just pretty much like that. It'll be straighter on there. This is going to go here. This is going to go here. Now this is where I need you guys to vote. So our starfish, I want it to kind of be like this, like that. So do you guys like the crumb cake one? Or do you like a little bit more color with the lemon lolly? Tell me which one you like first or best. So we've got the lemon lolly with the little crumb cake speckles on it, or the how did I have that? Or the brown, the crumb cake. Do 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 do. Meanwhile, while you guys are deciding that one, I am going to decide if I want to put ribbon. Where's my crumb cake? That's not crumb cake. I put crumb cake in the wrong one. Okay, so we are going to pull some crumb cake. This is the, what is this called? This is, no, that's linen thread. Where's my packet? It's the 4-pack. It's the 4 or 5-pack. What is it? It comes with crumb cake, white, black, very vanilla. It's 5 of them. And I think it is gray granite that it comes in there. And I don't know what I've done with it, but that's what it is. It's been around for a little while. I love it. And I finally got me some more of it. So I don't know if I want to wrap this around. I don't think I do, because of that and that. I think what I might do is like just make like a little messy mess of it, because maybe it would look like netting or something. I don't know. Something like that maybe. And then we can put that. We can move these around. Something like that I think would look really pretty. And then we can put that. And then our mom and I like the crumb cake starfish. I think that I do too. And that's why I changed my mind and decided I was going to let you guys tell me which one you like better. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to go ahead and adhere this down. So I hope that this video has given you a good idea on how to use this folder and dies. I hope that I have made it a little bit easier for you. Like I said, I played with it a lot, and I am a little bit leery to do it with the stamped images, because that's how it slipped on me and I cut it. So if you're going to do your stamped images, unless you can figure out a great way to do that, I am going to use some. I'm going to use some of this, and I'm just going to make like an X on there. And I'm just going to throw this down here and make a mess with it, because I really think it's going to look really great when the card is completely finished. I'm going to bring this piece out here. And this, I'm going to bring this here. There is. Okay, like that. And then this is going to go on here. I want this to come down a little further. I want this to be opened a little more. If I can get this like that. Okay, and then this is we're gonna put a glue dot on that. Keep getting ahead of myself. Not a glue dot, a dimensional. So we're gonna put a dimensional in the center of this, because then we're gonna curve this like so. And then we're going to put this. I want this. This one's not wanting to stay. It wants to be twisted. We're going to put this right there, like so. And then we're going to bring this piece in. I'm going to put a little bit of glue here. I need to be using my other glue thing because it will work better. But if it oozes out, I'm okay, because it's going to ooze out underneath. And then we're going to, where you won't see it, is what I meant. And then we're going to put some glue on this. And I think I'm going to put a mini dimensional up here towards the top. So I put glue down here, and then I'm going to put a little mini dimensional up there. Where's my glue? And then, because this is going to come like that. Now we can put this down. On here. And again, this is a very, I don't normally use this little bit of layers where they're so little, but it is so pretty, because you just get like a peek of each color. So let me hold it up a little closer. So that's so pretty. All right, and then for the sentiment, I've got a piece here. This is 3/4 by 4, I believe it is. Yep, 3/4 by 4. I'm going to use the sentiment, the long sentiment that says, what does it say? I can't remember. You absolutely made my day. And I think I'm going to stamp that. Okay, you guys tell me, crumb cake or Calypso Coral? Which one? I wish I had 2 of those so we could see which one we liked better. Actually, I do right here. All right, but I need to cut this down to 4. And then we'll try them both and see which one we like best. So I've got that. And then we're going to do this. So let's do crumb cake first. The coral. All right, let's do coral first. Okay. And let's hope that I can stamp this straight. You absolutely made my day. Okay. There we go. And then we're going to put that right across there. I think I like that too, but we're going to see which one we like the best. And then we may even put some bling bling on this too. We just got to find the right bling bling. Okay, so clean that off. Let's close this up. I'm not going to have time to do the other one, you guys, because we've already been on here for almost an hour. Although the other one is not a heart, it's a very simple card. I don't think there's any die cutting on that one. Okay, so we're gonna, all right, this one might blend in too much. I think I'm gonna like the coral too. Either one of them looks really pretty. It's just a matter of what you like. I like color. So we're gonna do this. All right, so now to do this, because this is popped up, we're going to pop this up on both ends. Here they are, on both ends. Like that. And then if you want, you could put a little glue. No, you know what? I'm going to put tape runner because it's easier to move if I mess up. Okay, so... And then you just put it where you want it. You could put it lower if you wanted. You could put it up higher. I'm going to put mine right across here, like so. I think I'm straight, just like that. And then that's done. So what do you guys think? I wish you could really see the color, but let me see if I can get this light to come over here more. Well, not really. So... I like the coral the best too. All right, so although if you wanted it to be more of a neutral or softer, you would use the crumb cake, I think would be the right color to use if that's what you were trying to get. Do you guys want to see the next one? Do you have time? It's pretty easy. It's not going to take long at all. I'm just so afraid that I'm still alive, aren't I? Wow, I'm so good. Okay, I'm so good. I'm so happy. All right, so we've got the basic beige. It's 8.5, 5.5. We're going to fold that in half. I used to score these, but I gotten to where it's just as easy just to fold them in half. And not only that, I want to start having Facebook Live classes. I mean, these are free classes, but I want to have it to where if you purchase $35 or more, like say tonight, say if I did it tonight, it would be Thursday night to Wednesday night. You would have to order it using a special host code, and then I would send you the make and takes from this live. So I don't want to have to score all the cards. Does that make sense? That's a lot of scoring. Okay, so then I've got a layer. We're going to use a new in color, Peach Pie. This is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. Then we have our basic white layer that we're going to stamp on. Is 4 by 5 1/4. So this is going to go here. This is going to come over here. We're going to bring in another new in color. which this is probably going to be one of my favorite colors. This is Summer Splash. So in the stamp set, remember I showed you it had these rocks or coral rocks or sea glass or whatever. Well, I'm going to make it sea glass. So I'm bringing in this one, and I may use this one depending if I need to fill in somewhere. And then all I'm going to do is just start stamping. And I'm going to switch it up so that it's not all going the same direction every time, so that, you know, it looks a little mixed up. And I'm okay if I cross over one here and there. I am perfectly okay with that because I'm also trying to do this quickly, so I don't want to I know I got a gap there. It's all right. We're gonna fix it. See, because we're gonna bring this one in, and this one is gonna do just like that. Oops. I did it again. Do you guys see what I did? Just like that. All right, so I know this one goes a little higher, so we're just going to come in like this. And then we're going to bring, whoops, we're going to bring that like so. All right, I'm okay with that. So doing this really quickly so you guys get the idea. So I think that that is really pretty so far. So now we're going to bring in the large starfish, and we are going to stamp it with Peach Pie. I researched starfish to see what colors starfish are, because, you know, usually when you find them on the beach, they're kind of like the basic beige or crumb cake color, or maybe even a little lighter. But they actually are in all kinds of colors, which is really cool. And I think one of my favorite colors is the bright blue, which is what inspired me to do this card that I posted on Facebook. So this is Azure Blue is my card base. My little baby starfishes are Calypso Coral. And then this is Blueberry Bushel. No, Blueberry Bushel. And then these are, I think I did these in basic beige, and then I sponged crumb cake on top of them. So you can have all kinds of fun. I tore the sentiment so that it looked raggedy, stamped, and then I kind of took my blender brush around it to give it that weathered look. I roughed up the edges of that too. And then I took my blending brush and did Azure Blue all across it, made it darker and lighter in certain areas. So that's why I did the bright blue starfish, because I was like, oh my gosh, that's just so beautiful. All right, so I need crumb cake again. No, I need basic beige. So we've got to clean this off really quickly here. So I'm bringing in my chamois that I absolutely love. Ooh, I didn't get that very good though. There we go. All right, I'm going to ink this up. And this is where I'm going to use this as bubbles. So I'm going to come up from the sea glass, and just make lines of bubbles. Just like so. All right, so this is an easy one, don't you think? This is really super easy. Hey, Carol. All right, so now what am I going to do? No, I'm not going to adhere this. This is the one where I almost used Summer Splash ribbon on that until my other ribbon came in today, actually, and I still may, because it's thicker, so we can kind of like hide the wonkiness of that one, of that up there. So we could do that like that. Or we could use because I'm using, well, we could still use crumb cake twine, or we could use this is linen thread. We could use linen thread. So we have linen thread. I think I need to take a drink. We have linen thread. I wish I knew what I did with the pack of them. I just don't know what I did with them. I had them all here earlier because I was trying to figure out what I like the best. And I put them somewhere. Because there's a white that I was thinking about doing too, and we could color the white a color using our Stampin' Blends. Oh, your granddaughter's concert. I bet it was fun. So the linen thread kind of blends in a little bit better. Actually, it almost looks like a perfect match on camera. But I like the thickness of the crumb cake. So which one do you guys think you like? Let me know. I really wish. I found them. Okay. I don't think I want to use Very Vanilla, although Very Vanilla might be really pretty. So we have, because you're not going to really see much of your card base. You'll see a little bit more than the last card, but not that much. So we could do that one. We could do the Very Vanilla. Oh, and we'll go back to my original thought, which was the ribbon, because the ribbon's going to kind of smooth out the top of it. Or we could use the white, which you really don't see that well, but we could color it. Okay. But coloring it is going to take a little time, and then it's kind of going to dry a little bit. So, you know what? I think crumb cake. Okay. So we will do crumb cake. So this is linen thread. This is the white. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to double this like so. I think I got enough. Probably not. And I'm going to tie it around because I don't. All right, we're going to make this a little longer. And we're going to tie this around. And because my sentiment is going to come on this side, I'm going to tie, I think I'm just going to tie a knot and not a bow. What do you guys think? That's twisted. That twisted on me. Come on. I think I got enough here. So I'm going to go ahead and get brave and go ahead and cut this like so. We're almost done with this card, you guys. All right, so we are gonna, I need to pull more of this side. There we go. Yeah, I didn't cut enough to tie a bow, so we're definitely gonna be tying a knot, and I think that that's okay. I think a knot's gonna be just fine for this card. I didn't get it as tight as I'd like to, but that's all right. I can move that over if I need to. And move this out of the way. I'm going to trim this up just a little bit. If you wanted to, you could fray this so that it kind of looks more oceany, more beachy, more fun. Okay. Let me do that. I'm going to fray that in. I'm going to fray this in. You can make them shorter or longer, however you want to do it. I'm trying to go quickly. Okay, so this part here, I didn't know. my original one, let me show you my original one, then you guys can tell me. This was the original one right here, and I'll show you how I did that. So we've got that, and this says sometimes the simplest things mean the most. But then I thought, well, we could stamp it on the basic beige to bring a little bit of basic beige in there. And then, let me show you how I did. Those are 2 white ones. We might not be because here it is, this and this. And I'll show you which dye I used. So this is a new dye that's going to be out, and it will be available come May 1st. This is from the Unbounded Love Dyes. And this is the one that I chose, this one. I was going to use this one, but it was a little bit bigger, so I thought it was a little too big for what I was trying to do. So then I chose this one. I thought, well, this one will be perfect. I didn't pay attention like the other day with the butterfly dye from the paper pumpkin. I didn't realize, I thought it was going to cut a detailed lacy butterfly out, but it didn't. But it was really cool what it did do. So I thought this was just going to do like a emboss like this. I didn't know it was going to cut out, but it did. It cut out this part and this part here. So what I did is I just took my white, which I know I have a piece of white. I cut out a piece of white. I just don't know what I did with it. Here it is. I layered that on there like that. And then I just took some Scotch tape. Trying to show you guys real quickly here what I did, but nothing wants to go right. There we go. So just like that. And I flipped it over, which when I flip it over, of course, it's going to come out of place. There we go. I took some Scotch tape. Just little tiny pieces is all you need. And then I just tape that down so that it stays down. Just like so, all the way around it. And that's what I did. And then I put little dimensionals to even enforce it more on the back of that. And I'm pretty sure that that's what we're going to do instead of that, because I wouldn't really have a fun color to, or I don't already have one cut out. And for time's sake, we're just going to go ahead and use this. I think you guys know how to stamp an image or a sentiment. So that's all I did. And with the photopolymer, it's really, really easy to stamp because you can see where you're stamping. So I'm going to take these guys off of here. One more, I think. And then we're just going to place this right here. And then we're going to adhere. Oh, that's so crooked. And because this is so delicate, you know, I can't do anything straight, right? You guys know me. Well, that's pretty straight, not straight at all. We're going to leave it. All right. Oh, I kill me. Remember that show? I don't know. Some of you probably never heard of the show, but some of them giving my age away too, actually. But that TV show called Alf with that creature that lived with the family. His name was Alf, and he goes, "Ah, hi, kill me." That's what I think of every time I say that. All right, so we're going to layer it. That's going to drive me nuts. I'm going to fix it later. I'm not going to do it now. And then we're going to glue this down. Oh, an M&M went flying. And then, oh, I thought this was thicker, wider base, but I did these the same measurements as the other card. Really thin layers. border layers. Did I say that right? Makes sense? It makes sense to me. I know what I'm talking about. You guys are mind readers, right? I'm only kidding. So, there we go. So, outside of the label being crooked, it looks straight. No, is it straight? Well, it's pretty close, actually. So what do you guys think about that one? I think that is super, super cute, actually. I don't know. I might do something different with the ribbon, but I really think I like that. Maybe I would move it. I think there's a dimensional on that, so I'm not going to be able to do it. Maybe move it a little closer to the sentiment or move it further to the other side. One of the two. And I'm going to fray these more too because I think that looks really cool. Frayed. I killed me. I killed me. All right, so. Oh, good. I'm glad you guys think it looks straight. I love you guys. You guys are awesome. Alrighty. I'm not going to fool with this much longer because I got one side. You guys get it, right? And again, you can make these longer or shorter or however you want to do it, but that's that. So that's an easy way to use the stamp set without any die cutting except for your sentiment and embossing. So you can just use the stamp set. So I hope that you guys like that. Again, thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight. Thank you for my goofiness and my messing up. And maybe one day I'll get through a live without any mess ups. That would be what's the right word? That would be something. But I should make a blooper. I've said that before. I should make a blooper of all of my real funny mess ups and stuff like that, because I think that would be really fun to do. So you guys let me know if you think that would be fun. Oh, thanks, Carol. You know, some of the demonstrators, they make it look so easy, but I know they've been doing it for years and years and years. And yes, I've been doing it for a long time, but not consistently. Oh, thanks, Kim. So, but they're getting more and more consistent, and they're going to be more and more consistent because I really want to grow my business. And I want to quit my day job. I love my boss. If she's watching, I love you. I do. And we'll stay friends, but I'm ready to do this full time. So anyway, thanks again for hanging out with me, you guys. If you're watching the replay on YouTube or Facebook, thanks so much. Please make sure that you subscribe on YouTube if you haven't already. Click that bell icon so that you can get notified of any of my future videos that I upload. And comment, give me thumbs up, comment on Facebook, likes on Facebook, share this video either on YouTube and Facebook Live. That really, really does help me. And thank you so much on YouTube if you have recently subscribed. It has been so much fun watching that video just take off. I have been so giddy over it, and I so appreciate you guys so much. So if you haven't watched that with the paper pumpkin alternatives, give that a view, because I did 5 paper pumpkin alternatives. It was a lot of fun to create them, and it was a lot of fun to record that video. And it's done very, very well. And I so appreciate that because, like I've said before, I have this huge goal to reach 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. So yay. So anyway, you guys, thank you so much. I won't take any more of your time. Have a great evening and a great weekend. And I will see you next week. Same time, same place. Doodly doo.